We now have more than 100 subscribers on YouTube.
We are official.
Amazing. Go to youtube.com/Minion Death Cult.
What's that?
youtube.com/Minion Death Cult.
Yes. Sounds good. I just type it in sometimes.
Just to make sure it still works.
Yeah.
Make sure it wasn't a dream.
Yeah.
It's like the digital version of Pinch Me.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Enter. There it is.
Link me. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing on YouTube. You can go ahead and watch this shit on YouTube if you want to see me, Tony, and Cat Tony. There he is. Beautiful limp Cat
Perfect
Tony.
little Cat Tony. Oh, there you go. Back. There you go.
Okay, let's get into the show. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. So while we aren't really covering the bullshit that is the Supreme Court, we are covering the bullshit that is the American police state. And oh, look at this. Tamir Rice's killer, former police officer, now current police officer, rehired. I'm reading here from WTOV News 9. This is in Ohio. Bel Air has added 6 new officers to the force. One new hire is Timothy Lohman, the former Cleveland officer who shot and killed 12-year-old Tamir Rice in 2014. It seems like so long ago, but not long ago at all.
No. Yeah, because there's been so many deaths since.
A lot has happened since 2014.
That was very recent.
Yeah. Also added is suspended Bethesda police chief Eric Smith.
Yep.
Just like scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
They hired 6 officers, 2 of which have like terrible past.
Yeah.
One's a legit murderer of children, and one abuses his powers to. I didn't even see what he like used the gateway they call it, the
he
search
used a
engine
database,
Yeah.
for like private matters to
Yeah,
like probably look up his ex-wife or
Probably
something.
something shitty. Yeah, look up his ex-wife. Look up his like ex-wife's like new partner and like some bullshit.
His ex-wife is also a cop. Yeah. So this was good news. Hey, the reason this happened was because dude wasn't charged with anything.
Anything.
Dude just got fired.
Yeah.
If even that, or did he quit?
I think he like got put on like permanent leave. Basically, they didn't even put fired on his thing.
Wow, permanent vacation. That's not exactly. It's different than I imagined it. When I hear the phrase "permanent vacation" for a killer cop, I'm thinking of something else.
Like something like maybe in the sky. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, like they didn't even try. They didn't even go through the motions. They just didn't charge anything.
So, if you're not familiar with the death of Tamir Rice, what happened is he was a kid, and I'm saying this from memory, so excuse me if the details are slightly incorrect, but he was a 12-year-old black kid, who had a BB gun at a park in his neighborhood. Somebody called the cops on him. So the cops, this dude and his partner, drove their squad car onto the park, directly up to Tamir Rice, like within 5 feet of him. And did he unbuckle his seatbelt before he killed him?
I don't even know.
He fired his gun within like under a second of getting out of his car.
Insanely fast, yeah.
Crazy. Like, how does that even follow police's bullshit protocol?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He didn't have time to say anything.
No.
No one had time to say anything. And like everything about that whole thing is so gross. Like somebody saw, just from the jump, somebody saw a kid, a 12-year-old kid, playing with a BB gun, and decided to call the police.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look up to see whether Ohio is an open carry state. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yep.
It's legal to openly carry a gun in Ohio. Not for some people, though.
Black men, which is how people see 12-year-old black boys.
Reminder, it was not an actual gun. It was a BB gun.
It was a BB gun.
Yeah. So just murdered him. Just drove up onto him so he could kill him. Put himself in, quote, danger so that he could righteously murder a child. And now he's a cop again. So put aside the fact, like, and this is white privilege here. I'm not being ironic. This is genuine white privilege. Where I look at this initially, instinctually, I look at this, be like, this is an outrage. This is a killer cop. He shouldn't have a second chance. He shouldn't get to be a cop again. He should be in prison. And I take a step back and think, what must it be like to be a person of color in this community, knowing now that he's a cop again? It's not just the optics of it. It's not just the injustice of it. There's like a material danger here.
What happens now to the people in Bel Air who do have open carry licenses, who just happen to be black, who are just exercising your rights?
Yeah.
You know, like, you better not go to the fucking wrong, Dunkin' Donuts. Like, it's insane. And like, can you imagine have knowing you have the power to just like, oh, now I can call the cops on my neighbor, and they could just be done.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably motivating a lot of these like Barbecue Becky or these instances of white people using the cops like it's customer service.
Totally, yeah.
Hey, get these folks out of my like line of sight.
Listen, they've been acting menacingly lately. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. With all these fucking Blue Lives Matter shirts I see, with all these, faux military garb we see, with all these, guys who I see ready to get in the shit, you don't have any better candidates? I mean, I wish we just wouldn't hire any more cops myself, but like, we don't have any more candidates. You hired 6 and 2 of them they're all 6 are probably pieces of shit, but 2 are like historical pieces of shit. One's a murderer of children. One more time, murdered child. Period.
Yeah. I mean, I think what we need to take away from this is that that's not seen as doing a bad job.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for.
And we know this because we saw it so many times in response to this. Just doing his job. So
from this article, if you're looking on YouTube, you're going to be shocked to see what the Bel Air police chief looks like, because he's a hefty white man with a handlebar mustache.
With a thin yard boss.
You're like, oh my God, that couldn't possibly be what the person who hired that killer cop looks like.
Yeah.
But no, it is.
Police chief.
Police Chief Dick Flanagan.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, at least you know that his people have been through some shit. A name like Flanagan. Maybe more empathetic to the plight.
Police Chief Cock O'Malley says he's not quitting on being a police officer. So this is him talking about police officer Timothy Lohman. He's not quitting on being a police officer. So he's not a quitter, is what he's saying. He's just somebody who was fired for gross negligence. He's not quitting on being a police officer. He made the decision in 2014 that's going to stay with him the rest of his life.
Real quick. Didn't say bad decision. Didn't say like terrible decision. Didn't say life-changing decision. Said decision that's going to stay with him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, well, decisions are neither good nor bad. It's like how you look at them. Yeah. He made the decision in 2014 that's going to stay with him the rest of his life. Like anybody else, if you make a mistake, somebody's got to give you a second chance. Yeah. Just like anybody else who makes a mistake gets a second chance.
Like 12-year-old boys who make the mistake of existing.
Like hundreds of thousands of people currently in our penal system.
Yep.
Somebody just got to give you a second chance. They just got to. Give someone the opportunity. This is like a great juxtaposition of sentences right here. He made the decision that's going to stay with him the rest of his life. Like anybody else, if you make a mistake, somebody's got to give you a second chance. So how is that decision affecting the rest of his life if he's just given another job doing exactly the same thing? That's not even like a repercussion. That's not even a punishment. You're back to business as usual.
I was thinking about that, the whole rehire process, right? So I got fired from Starbucks twice. One time I got fired was I was just a wild ass kid. I just wasn't paying that much attention to my job, you know. But I did get. They put down. Listen, we're gonna put you down. You're eligible for rehire. Okay.
Then why fire me?
You know, right. Second time, not so much. I was not eligible for rehire. I don't think I could probably get a job at Starbucks, and it's been about 10 years. But this motherfucker gets to be a cop again.
Yeah.
I can't even make coffee. This guy gets to be a cop.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's not right.
It's fucked.
What'd you do that second time?
All right, you know, actually, that's a good story. It was Christmas Day.
Oh, and you didn't write Jesus on somebody's coffee cup?
I didn't write Jesus on someone's coffee cup. I didn't say praise him and then hand him the...
Yeah.
Actually, at the time, I was pretty deeply religious when this happened.
You were like, no, it would be an insult to our Lord to have his name written on a coffee cup.
I wouldn't, so I would actually just whisper prayers in every cup. And I was going to my aunt's house, and her coffee machine broke, and we already closed. And so I asked everybody with me, I said, hey, guys, like, I was an assistant manager at the time. I said, hey, I need to take a coffee machine today. I'll pay for it tomorrow. If anyone's uncomfortable with that, I won't do it. I get it, you know.
Take the whole coffee machine?
Take a coffee. They have retail ones.
Okay.
So I took it and I bought it the next day.
Yeah.
A month later, my district manager came in and said, "Did you take a coffee machine home Christmas Day?" I said, "Yeah," and I bought it the next day though. I paid for it. I just needed it, and the registers were closed, and I just needed it. It was kind of a weird thing. And they were like, "Well, you still stole it." And I was like, "But I have like a receipt." They're like, "Yeah, but you stole it."
Can you steal something if you're the manager? I don't think so.
Well, I was the highest ranking at the time, but I had a new manager ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And by the way, Jerry, I see you fucking rat. I think me and Jerry are cool now, though.
I think if you're like the assistant manager, like you legally can't steal anything. Like you get to decide what's free or not.
That's what I thought.
Like you have enough authority to be like, no, it's free.
Like they were cool when I was stealing the Coldplay CDs, but like they got mad. Like they got mad about the coffee machine that I paid for.
Well, those are just like flying off the shelves. Who can tell how many are there or not? You know. Okay, good story. I like that. Okay, Dick Flanagan. Good decision. Good hire. Let's go to the first comment on this Facebook post about rehiring Timothy McVeigh. What's his name? Timothy Lohman. Mary Angela says, I love this comment so much. Why did you have to announce this to the community? So she's like mad at the news.
Yeah.
Like, why did you give us the news? You just destroyed any chance he may have had to succeed in his new position.
I wish that was true. Don't you wish that was true? Don't you wish that for the rest of his career he couldn't go anywhere without being like, hey, Timothy, you kill any kids lately? But that's not going to happen.
No. And it's like, his boss knew what he did. Yeah. He got hired. Yeah. Like, that's the guy who hired him. He knew what he was doing. How is he not going to be able to succeed?
Oh.
Like, we don't get to fire him.
No. We don't have.
We don't get to play office pranks on him.
I wish we could like citizen fire cops.
Yeah,
that'd be the sickest.
Yeah, like sure, you can citizen arrest another citizen, but you should be able to citizen fire a cop.
Yeah,
absolutely.
God, what? Nope, I'm gonna go that hypothetical where like you try to arrest a cop, try to citizen arrest. That's how you end up dead. That's how you end up dead.
I love this. You just destroyed any chance he may have had to succeed in his new position. Like, I like the idea that he was going to go around, like, fighting crime wearing a mask like a superhero. And then, like, after he's got like, 12 averted murders under his belt or, like, 15 interactions with minorities without a death, he's, like, going to rip off the mask and be like, it was me, the child killer all along.
Yeah. Also, in this scenario, if I know it's Timothy coming to me because I got the cops calling me, I'm listening to everything he says. I'm like, yo, like, fucking chill. This guy kills kids.
Yeah, either that or like, you get a real gun instead of a BB gun.
He will take me out in a second. He will take me out in a second. He didn't hesitate for that kid. No. I'm dead. I'm super dead.
Yeah.
So we gotta listen to this fucking guy. He's gonna be really good at his job because
you gotta like run toward his police car.
Yeah.
You gotta like meet him halfway.
Exactly.
This is insane, dude. What a weird future we live in.
How is like?
I mean, present.
I mean, I'm not for big government. You know, I want me some small government.
Yeah.
But how is this allowed? Like, how is there not some other entity saying no?
Yeah,
They
it's
can't
called
do that.
it's called the judicial system. Like the district attorney for Cleveland decided not to press charges, I think. Like I don't think he saw trial. I'm trying to remember.
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, so
I mean, but any other profession, if a doctor was like, "Yo, he like botched a bunch of surgeries," like he would like show up like a little bit faded and he like, never wash his hands, and a couple people died.
yeah.
He's not getting another job. You can't
No.
just like move, not even out of state. You can't just move to the next county and get a job. But if you're a cop, it's like
I think
brotherhood.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it's kind of amazing that stuff like this does happen with police officers a lot. Like,
A lot.
I'm blanking on which instance it was, but you hear about a cop who shot an unarmed black person. Oh, it turns out they were let go of another department for having like racial complaints
Totally.
or whatever.
Well, even he got let go from another position earlier in his career.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking. There was the one guy who worked on. This was more recent. I can't remember who the victim was. It sucks. It sucks not being able to remember. One of these officers used to work on a campus. He worked on a campus, and he was like in a fight on campus, a racially tinged fight.
Yeah, and he was deemed unfit, right?
Yeah. He wasn't fit to work. We covered that story.
Yeah.
But anyway, reminds me a lot of the priesthood.
Yep.
Which is like an institution that has had its image tarnished much more than the police officers.
Brotherhood of the collar, brotherhood of the badge.
Oh yeah, we need to start making flags for priests called like the thin white line, and it's like the collar.
It's the collar,
like,
yeah.
Through the yeah, and like if you don't want your kids to get molested, you're like a radical terrorist.
Tell you this much, we wouldn't have people kneeling for them.
All right.
That was a Catholic joke. We kneel throughout the mass.
Oh sure.
They.
Yeah. Yeah. Next comment. Gnarly comment. Larry Jean Blaney, more like Blarney, says, good for Bel Air. They need policemen, not babysitters. Don't break the law and you will be okay.
What fucking law do you think that Tamir Rice broke? Even if it was a real gun. Not breaking a law.
Well, he was too young to probably have an open carry permit, but he didn't break a law.
Exactly, yeah.
He didn't break the law. And this is an insane, dude like killed a child, and your analogy is, well, yeah, we don't want babysitter. Like, yeah, if you're a babysitter, you're going to let those like children live. We don't want that as a police in our police departments. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it's not. I'll tell you that much. If the babysitter shot the kid, the babysitter's not getting hired again.
No, this dude couldn't get hired as a babysitter.
Ever, yeah.
You have to be more qualified to be a babysitter.
I mean, this guy probably babysits people. No way. Uncle Tim definitely yells at kids a lot.
Yeah. They need policemen, not babysitters. All right. Another gnarly comment. Tyler Mudrick says, before you get shot, decide which one is real and which one is not. And he's shown a picture of what I assume is a handgun next to a airsoft or BB gun. A BB gun that's made to look realistic.
It's one of those hyper realistic airsoft guns that cost like a couple $100.
Yeah. And the point Tyler is trying to make here is that, if you're a cop, like, you're scared all the time. You're scared of getting shot all the time, and you have to react in the moment, not knowing whether that person is holding like their other hand or a gun. You have to make that split-second decision and be like, okay, do I want to kill this person or do I want to wait another second?
Yeah.
No, I want you make that decision to kill.
Tyler could have made the same exact point of having an actual AR-15 next to a banana, and cops see the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the irony of this comment to me, and this is one that's been a meme for a while. Like you tell me in a split second which is a gun and which isn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, cop drove right up to Tamir Rice after getting a report that somebody had a gun.
Mm-hmm.
If you're so fucking afraid of getting shot as a police officer, which is like half your job, carrying around a gun and shooting people that you think might shoot you, if you're so afraid of getting shot, don't drive right up to somebody who supposedly has a gun.
Yeah. It's a terrible idea.
You only do that if you want to kill them.
Yeah. That's it. The irony of this, too, is that every time a police officer points something at you that looks like a gun, it's a gun.
Yeah.
Every time. And don't hit me with that, because tasers don't look like guns. They just have triggers. But, like
they look like a gun.
With a big yellow tip on it, a giant yellow block on the end of it. Every time this gets pointed at you, something that looks like an actual gun,
Yeah.
it's a gun every time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that Tamir should have shot.
Lisa Thomas Straka, last comment here, ripping the veil all the way down, says, "Welcome to the Ohio Valley. Blue Lives Matter." So welcoming Thomas Blowhard, what's his name? Thomas Lohman, welcoming Thomas to the Ohio Valley. Blue Lives Matter. So, like, what we've been told the Blue Lives Matter movement is about, it's about how cops are under fire, like literally, from thugs and Black Lives Matter, gangs, and Blue Lives Matter, and we need to protect them because their lives are in so much danger. Well, we know Thomas Lohman's life was never in danger. He just killed a kid.
Yeah, we know that.
He just killed a kid, and in order to welcome him to her community, she's shouting Blue Lives Matter at him, which basically means, like, happy to have you here. Congratulations on getting away with killing a black kid.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Ohio Valley.
There's very few instances where, like this instance, Blue Lives Matter definitely means Black lives don't matter.
No, yeah.
And it's never been as apparent as in this comment.
It's just a slogan. It's just a slogan, like
crazy.
we like it when cops kill people.
Yeah.
That's like what it is. It's,
Lisa's probably sitting there saying, well, my son's never been shot by a cop.
It's like if you're one of these, like, oh, there are good cops and, like, not all cops are bad or whatever. Like, this was a bad cop.
Facts,
This was
yeah.
obviously a bad cop who should have been prosecuted. But no, he's on that team. He's on the team of police officers, which are on the opposite team of Black Lives.
Yeah.
So that's that.